Hi guys, welcome back to story time. So yesterday we read chapter 2 from our book, and we saw one of the main characters, Zam, bakes and treats, and we also met one of the rats called Waters. As we've learnt, the rats are one of the enemies that we are going to meet in this book, and they are ruling over Troutwine, which is the city in which Zam lives in currently. So today we're going to look at we're going to read chapter 3 together. I haven't read it on my own, so we're going to see what happens. So chapter 3 is called Tear Water Tea. Zam took a sip of his tea. It tasted a little salty, but Tearwater tea was always very good. If you were lonely or homesick, it was said that the taste of Tearwater tea would make you feel better. In the back of the parlour, the apprentice bakers sat back contentedly in the cake-tin chairs. "Good morning's work, everyone," said Balthazar, glancing at the grandfather clock in the corner and refilling their cups from an enormous teapot. "The ovens are full, the pie crusts are cooking, and it's almost 9 o'clock. "Oh, opening time," yawned Langdale, who had his feet up and arms behind his head. "Hooves off the furniture," said Balthazar. He put the teapot down on the sideboard beside the chimney. "Now everyone drink up. Then it's down to the shop for inspection." Zam was just getting to his feet when Balthazar spotted him. "You had an extra early start," said the head baker, peering down at him kindly through his half-rimmed spectacles, which were lightly dusted with flour. "Take a little more time to finish your tea." Zam sat back down as the other apprentice bakers filed out of the back parlour. The gnome boys adjusted their caps, the shellac sisters checked the buttons on each other's jackets, and Langdale stuck out his tongue at Zam, then giggled as Zam did the same. The boy took another sip of the lightly salted tea and let his mind wander. His thoughts went back to his family and his childhood home on the sea of sand. In his mind, he could see the great caravan winding its way across the dunes, the sails of the sand walkers billowing as they pulled the sand sleighs on thousands of rippling wooden legs. His father was out in front, as he always was, charting their course, his blue robes bright against the white sand. Zam sat beside his mother in the cool shade of a cabin, the smell of warm, sweet dates mingling with the aroma of sea spice and rock salt, until a call from his father sent him running across the hot sand beside the huge wooden sandwalker with its cogs and pulleys. He adjusted the little lead weights, pulling the levers to angle the rows of sail to catch the desert breeze. And then his memory took Zam back to Troutwine's North River Bridge, where he stood in his crisp white apron and a new cap that was a little too big for him. Fighting back the tears after saying goodbye to his parents, he struggled not to lose sight of his father's blue robes in the far distance. His mother's words rang in his head, "Work hard, Zam, and make us proud." Zam finished the Tearwater tea and wiped his eyes. "I will work hard," he said, feeling a little better. "I will make you proud." Okay, so this must be the sand walkers, and then this is Zam pulling the cogs, and then this is his father guiding the way. And I'm guessing these are the caravan wagons which his mother is in. Okay, let's have a look at what happens next. He went down to the back stairs to the kitchen to join his friends, only to find everyone gathered around the head baker's table. Balthazar Bobab turned to Zam, his eyes wide in astonishment. "This is excellent work, Zam," he congratulated, pointing to the sugar-spun princess cooling on the porcelain cake decorator's dummy. "I had no idea you had such a talent for spun sugar work." "Neither did I," said Zam, blushing. "Can I lick the saucepan?" interrupted Langdale, who was holding the pan under his arm. "Certainly not," said Balthazar sternly. "You can wash it up, like a true baker, and then join us for inspection." The goat boy went off sulkily to the stone sink as the others marched upstairs into the shop. They lined up in front of the counter while Balthazar checked their jackets and caps for neatness and jam stains. "Excellent," he said when he'd finished, "except for you, Langdale." He turned to the goat boy, who had just joined his friends. "You appear to have caramel on your side whiskers." Langdale tried to look innocent as he wiped his mouth with the corner of his apron. "Never mind," said Balthazar. "It's time to open bakery number 9. The Shellac sisters walked over to the door and turned the sign hanging from it to open, while the others took their positions around the shop. The gnome boys were ready to pluck pastries and tarts from the shelves, while the Shellac sisters folded purchases into neat greased parchment parcels and tied them with string. Langdale and Zam were on tray filling, ready to replenish the shop shelves with fresh cakes, pastries and biscuits from the kitchen. Balthazar stood by the coin box on the counter. The doorbell rang as the first customers entered. They had been waiting patiently outside for 10 minutes in order to get the freshest, just-baked bread. These are the the customers. Okay, let's have a look. There were 2 lamplighters, a group of fish sellers, and several well-dressed ladies from the high-ups, as the most expensive districts at the top of Troutwine Crags were called. They had footmen with them. The customers gave their orders, the apprentices served them, and the head baker collected the coins. 24 Crescent Rolls, my good man," said one of the high-up ladies in a loud voice. The Crescent Rolls were popular, and already there were only 10 on the shelves. Balthazar nodded to Zam to get a fresh batch. He could also check on the oven while he was there. Zam hurried down to the kitchen, but was shocked to find 2 rats staring back at him. Each was holding a crescent roll, which they hastily put into their swag bags. "No customers allowed in the kitchen," said Zam, trying to sound confident. "Oh, we're not customers," said the first rat, who had a shaved head and rings in its ears. "We're friends of Walters," said the second rat, who was smaller than the first and had dark, greasy fur. "He said you were giving away free crescent rolls." "Well, we're not," said Zam indignantly, trying to appear brave. He hated how high-pitched his voice sounded. The rats' eyes suddenly widened, and they exchanged astonished looks. "Can you see what I see, Rufus?" said the greasy-looking rat. "I can, Erix," said the rat with the shaved head. They were staring at Zam's apron pocket, where the carved handle of the spoon was clearly visible. "It is, ain't it?" said the greasy rat. "A runcible spoon," said the other. Just then, the door of the oven burst open with a deafening crash, and baking trays and short crust shells flew out in all directions. Okay, and then here is Zam covered in smoke and crust. I wonder how the oven door just magically opened just in time to save Zam. Well, I hope you enjoyed chapter 3. Even though it's Saturday tomorrow, chapter 4 will be waiting for you, so please tune in the afternoon. I hope you have a lovely Friday, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye!